So it's very important. Her education, her awareness, it's not just affecting her, it affects the whole family. So her...
Dr. Aisha Al Sheikh, thank you very much for joining us on the podcast here at the Doha Women Forum, founder of Minds Rewired. Now that's looking at taking things as taking a more holistic approach to life. And since you're born in Qatar, been working in the UK, but since coming back to Qatar, you've been working more, is it fair to say, more with women on this? Tell us a little bit about that journey.
My background is mainly in the medical science and research. All my studies has been, most of it actually, in the UK. Coming back, I have completely transitioned my career. So I've seen a lot of kind of challenges in societal, educational wise from a self-awareness and personal development perspective. So I try to address that and bring the knowledge I've gained from around the world and training that I bring in order to improve our society here and really empower people. And it's fortunate and unfortunate that a lot of women are the main people who are interested in self-development. Yes. I would encourage men to be that, but the reality is women are really, really loving to educate themselves, very driven to learn. And I really admire that. And I wish equally that men have the same kind of, in our society, men have the same kind of drive, but I'm sure there are a lot. So yeah, that's what I drifted towards. I realized, women are half the society, but they also raise the second half. So it's very important, her education, her awareness, it's not just affecting her, it affects the whole family. So her mind, her emotional regulation, her ability to navigate challenges is very important. And it starts with emotional intelligence and self-awareness. And that's what I focus towards education and training when I came back.
Yeah. So this whole notion, holistic, looking at things as a whole, and it's something that men don't naturally gravitate towards, I think. I think because we possibly think we know better, or we don't need to, we can compartmentalize and deal with each thing separately. Yeah. But I think women are more, from what I understand, more able to embrace this holistic approach and understand how it can be very complementary, looking at it in that respect.
The thing is, as we see, because probably it's like an old way of thinking, the body is separate from the mind. But now we know psychosomatic medicine exists, that the mind actually, stress is a perceived threat. Even if there is no threat, but it actually can lead to increased adrenaline, increased cortisol, even on the long term can lead to cancers, as some studies have shown, and also to like diseases such as heart problems. So it's very important to catch that and understand that the body is not separated from the mind. And that's when we call holistic, and also the way you are different from other people. So understanding and navigating these terrains is very important, and awareness in that is essential for both genders.
Yeah, and this realization can, of course, equally be empowering in itself, can't it?
Yes.
Right. Well, listen, we're going to go to the wall of impact.
Okay.
We've had people sending in questions on social media, writing them on the wall. We've had people writing them on slips as well. Could you select a question for me, please, from the bowl? If you can do that, thank you so much. And can we pass that across? Let's see where that is. Okay, so I think we're up there. And let's just read it out then. And this is from Lexi, Aisha. So Lexi is asking, how can we become more human in a world turning to AI?
Oh, that's a very interesting question and a very relevant question to our time. First of all, this question indicates a certain way of looking at life. From her perspective, it sounds like she's speaking out of fear. So this question is coming out of fear of the unknown.
Yes.
So it's very important to know what this... I wish I had her so I understand where her fear is coming from. But from what I know, being human, AI is a tool, is a double-edged sword. You know, I've published 2 books on how to leverage AI in terms of in terms of building your business, in terms of understanding your own well-being, because it literally is an amazing tool to find the blind spot, to understand. But also you need to be careful with your own information being shared on AI. You need to be very aware of how much is taking from you. Like if you're using it as a tool, how much time is taking away from the normal socialization aspect of things, connecting with other human beings. Sometimes you can just drown into that world and just everything is ready and done for you in a matter of seconds. And it's scary, yet it's also exciting. But realizing that you need to, instead of just using AI immediately for tasks that you've used to doing, it's very important to just start doing it yourself first in order to not lose that skill of critical thinking, being able to conclude, being able to write effectively, and then use AI to enhance. You could use it to enhance whatever you've done or whatever you included. But it's I've used it in a way that is empowered me personally, actually. It's revolutionized my way and insight, but it's also important to ask experts because AI is just building and not always accurate. So especially when it comes to personal development and understanding your thoughts and feeling, yes, it can be very useful, but also it's very important to speak to a human being who's an expert that can help you solve, like a psychologist or a therapist or someone who can really help you because they have skills and questioning techniques that can help you come out whatever issues you might be struggling with.
Would you say in short that, just to talk to Lexi here, that you want to remain yourself, remain being that human being that you are, retain your personality? In short, you control AI rather than allowing AI to control you.
I would say for Lexi, go learn about it. You need to we are entering an era on how to master the use of AI. It's not just about being a consumer of it, but learning the gaps, the weaknesses. It will help you overcome that internal fear that I can sense from your question. And really...
Just in case Lexi's watching now thinking, I have no fear, we apologize.
It's not
Lexi.
Yes.
Try to understand this more broadly, thank you.
But I'm putting it in an assumption because usually these kind of question makes you really worried, about how things... And usually worry stems back from something that you're afraid of or worried about that it might happen and might not happen. So it's very important to start with educating yourself first on how to lessen the impact of AI on your mind and your own well-being. Read about it, educate yourself. What tools would you use to help you enhance yourself and performance, but at the same time maintain human connection. It's very important for us to still socialize, to still use human talents and abilities and mind, brainstorming ideas and all of that, not just with the using of AI, ChatGPT or DeepSeek or whatever AI like intelligence out there.
Which brings us back, Dr. Aisha, to your company, Minds Rewired, taking a holistic approach. This seems to play into that as well.
Yes.
Look, we're very grateful for your thoughts on this. Dr. Aisha Al Sheikh, thank you very much for being on the podcast here at the Doha Forum.
Thank you
Doha
so
Women's
much for
Forum.
having me. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.